Hi everyone and welcome once again to Uncharted 4 Thief's End Action Scenes or Encounters Walkthrough. We are still playing on Crushing difficulty, of course, and this is part 12 or chapter 18, New Devon. And this chapter only has 2 encounters. This is the first one, it's called Water Features. And this is already a very difficult encounter, like only 1 checkpoint. You remember all that shit? Well, it returns here. Only 1 checkpoint through the entire encounter, and that's why it's going to be 10 minutes long, because there's no way. I mean, I tried, guys. I tried to find a way to get through this encounter faster, but there's no way to do that without putting me in serious danger, because at the last part of this map or area there are snipers, grenade launchers and heavies. So even if you rush through this first part, the area where you actually need to exit this entire area, and I'm repeating area, sorry, is like blocked by a bunch of enemies. So yeah, I just go for part stealth, part action, and I'm going to use the water. Actually, this entire area is flooded, and if you go into the water, like kill a few enemies and then immediately go into the water and inside these ruins from beneath the water, they will lose you. They will lose you immediately. So the tactic here is basically that one. Take as many as you can in stealth. Then when you're seen, kill 1 or 2 guys if you can. Don't hang around too much killing dudes, because you're gonna get dead. And then jump into the water and swim, dive under the water and swim away. Oh, this is interesting. Look at Elena. This is the only time that she ever did anything, and look at what is gonna happen. She does it again now. This is really interesting, because I never expected that Elena killed 2 guys. And on top of that, this was actually the one successful recording of the encounter, so pretty cool. Yeah, so as I was saying, go under the water, dive and lose the enemies, then repeat all the process again. And yeah, I'm gonna show you the entire encounter, guys, because it's a long one. And then after this encounter we have the second one and last of this chapter, which is the major spike that I was talking about. The second big spike in the game is called Avery's house, and it's an ambush type of encounter, so there is no stealth, and it's really hard. Look at Elena. Wow, really nice one. So she took out 2 guys. What do you know? I guess the AI sometimes, if an enemy comes near them, they will do something, but I watch Sam like have enemies around Sam, and Sam never did anything. So I don't know when your allies decide to do something. So an enemy comfortably runs into the place that I am, which is really good. I'm now throwing grenades to thin the numbers as much as I can. There is a lot of enemies in this area, guys. A direct action shootout, you trying to kill all the enemies in a direct shootout, is a really bad idea. So yeah, you're gonna have to do like a Batman thingy here, you know. Wow, I just remember the releases of last year. I was thinking about the releases of last year, you know, and the releases that we're gonna have this year, and fucking depressing Batman. Jesus Christ, I don't want to even remember that game. I remember I was going to do a walkthrough of that game, and I bought it. $60 fucking dollars, and it was so bad that I didn't want to walk through, and I didn't do it. And I actually did like a sort of what's wrong with where I complain a lot about the game, and unsurprisingly enough, when I going to watch reviews of the game, like in different places and stuff, unsurprisingly enough, sorry, I'm touching the microphone. Unsurprisingly enough, the game has 9s, 8s, and 10s everywhere. Right? I'm talking about Batman, Arkham Knight. And maybe you liked it. I mean, a friend of mine really liked it. Like, he loved it even. So yeah, you know, tasting games are like that, right? But that game is so fucking broken. Like, even from a story standpoint, like, if you like compare it to Uncharted 4, like Uncharted 4 has more story and elements to it than combat. Imagine if the story was really bad and the character development was fucking atrocious. Like, then Uncharted 4 will be a fucking disgrace, because the combat is really standard. I'm not gonna call it bad combat, but it's really standard. So yeah, luckily Uncharted 4 is nothing but standard in story and characters. And the animations too. I didn't comment about this, but the animations of your allies, enemies, and Nathan. Like, there is no single moment in the game where your character kinda does an animation and it kinda looks weird. I never seen so seamless animation, like so moving around in all types of places, you know, and it's all seamless. How much this game was in development anyway? Like 5 years, 4 or 5 years. It really shows when a game stayed in a studio for years in development. It really shows, you know, against a game that kinda rushes. It's rush out, you know, something very common nowadays in video games. But coming back to the topic of because this is very much hide and seek, and I even take pot shots at enemies here and go back to the water. Really cheeky bastard. Yeah, going back to the topic. Wow, we had Batman, which was a fucking disappointment. I mean, it was the years of fucking disappointment. I almost died by that grenade. Wow. We had Batman, which was a major disappointment for me, and I had Metal Gear 5, which was a major disappointment too. But I actually covered that game. I covered all the missions because I love the gameplay. You know, I really loved the gameplay. I think the gameplay is really fun. It's just the story is horrible. It's fucking irredeemably horrible. I can't believe that Hideo Kojima actually wrote that. I can't. I still can't. So it was a better year than 2013. Actually, 2014. Actually, you know, it was better. It was way better because we had Bloodborne, and Bloodborne was a fucking masterpiece, in my opinion. Bloodborne is the perfect excuse to get a PS4. It's a fucking masterpiece. It's better than Dark Souls. The whole fucking Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. It's better than any Dark Souls. It's just a fucking masterpiece. Is it better than Demon Souls? I don't know. Because Demon Souls, for me, was very special in terms of nostalgia. So I guess I'm kinda biased with Demon Souls. It was the first, you know. But objectively, if you would answer me objectively, yeah, it's even better than Demon Souls. It's just that the multiplayer doesn't really work in Bloodborne. It was a disappointment, in fact. The multiplayer was really bad, but the single player is just amazing. And the DLC is fucking incredible too. Amazing game. Like the whole fucking PS4 is worth it with Bloodborne alone. With Bloodborne alone, you know. Sadly that it doesn't release in PC and other consoles, because I don't really like that. And it is the same with Uncharted. It's a really special game. It's a really different game. We are not used to seeing this quality in games nowadays. So it's kind of sad when you realize that people who don't own the console and don't really want to buy it will never experience this game. But at the same time, I think Uncharted is a little different, because for enjoying this game, for really enjoying this game, you have to go through Uncharted 1, 2 and 3 to get to know the characters and the general feel and the story. Starting in Uncharted 4 is not really it's not really a good idea, no. So either way, I think the people who's gonna buy this game has already played the previous one, and if you haven't, buy the remastered version, because you're probably gonna have a lot more fun in the combat part in Uncharted 1, 2 and 3, and then you can play this one to kind of close the story and be amazed, because it is an amazing game. But see, you have to take the helmet off. This is fucking bullshit. I don't like it. So whatever. I jump in the water again. So this year is looking pretty grim, actually. You know, I was talking to a friend the other day. I was saying exactly what I'm going to say here. Like, what do we have this far into the year, and what are we going to have in games, right? And let's not count games that might be delayed, and there are a lot of them. But let's just count what we're actually going to have. Like, we had Dark Souls. That means a new Dark Souls. Wow, that was really cool, and it was an excellent game. It was better than 2, and in some things it was better than 1. So yeah, I actually think it's the best Dark Souls. I'm kind of fearful when I say something like that, but I really like Dark Souls 3. So yeah, I think it's even better than Dark Souls 1. You always have that part of nostalgia, you know, that kind of makes you say Dark Souls 1 is better, but just because you played it and it was the first Dark Souls, you know. But if you think about all the features that are in Dark Souls 3, I'm not even sad that the voice is not in the game. Like the other day, a subscriber of mine passed me a file that is a really funny file. I posted it on Twitter about making fun of poise, because it basically doesn't work in Dark Souls 3. It was a really funny video, but my personal opinion is that I actually like it, like not working like it is now, kind of like Bloodborne, that there is no poise. Because I didn't like poise in the first game, in the PvP aspect, not in the PvE. But in the PvP aspect, you kind of hit people, you know, and they kind of went around the hit and backstabbed you, and I never liked that. I never liked the poise in Dark Souls 1. It was something you have to thought about to PvP, you know. And actually, I PvP a lot in Dark Souls 1. Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 was the two games that I really got into PvP, and even Fight Close. I had the luck to be part of a really big fight club, which a lot of the best PvPers in the world were part of, and I actually fought some of them. And I actually got to the not the semi-finals, but the quarters of finals. between all of the players. I was really surprised about myself. But yeah. So, but yeah, I got into a lot of fight clubs and invasions. I always loved invasion more than fight clubs. And yeah, I'm PvPing in Dark Souls 3 and I'm having a lot of fun. So it's kind of the feeling is coming back to wanting to do invasions and stuff. And I'm going to upload a lot of PvP encounters. So this is the actual second encounter and the spike, guys. And I'm going to talk you through it because it's really fucking tough. You're gonna see me selected nonetheless and selecting the difficulty. And we're going to go straight to the scenario. So immediately run towards this platform, throw a grenade there to kinda distract, and throw a grenade here. If you don't have 2 grenades, just throw 1 here. Go immediately to the sniper position here and take him out. And grab the sniper rifle. Now if you got here with a grenade launcher, just take the grenade launcher, but if not, just grab the sniper rifle. Then run all the way here, jump down here. Take a little cover if you're almost dying, like I did here. Then go up this place and then swing by this one and stay right here. In this position, they cannot rush you. They cannot cross that wooden board that is to my right. And they cannot cross the gap because they don't have the rope. The enemies, I mean. So in this position you can actually get killed by grenades or by enemies shooting at you from distance or by the grenade launcher dudes. That happened to me a lot, but this place is really good because no one can rush you, and that's super important because the heavies always rush you, and if you have a weapon that is not able to take them out quickly, you're going to die almost every single time. So what I'm going to exactly do now is stay in this place, take really care in the aiming that I do, and take out most of the enemies that I can. There are 3 waves of enemies here. In each wave there are 2 new heavies, and in the second wave, I think, no, in both waves, the second one and the third one, there are 2 different grenade launcher dudes. So this is really hard. This is the hardest part in the game up until this point. See, even the pillars destroy themselves a little, so be careful because you can get shot at. See, they climb that bridge that we climbed some time ago, but they cannot really go through the little wooden bridge there. So we could have made that wooden bridge way back towards this position, and it would have been faster and safer, maybe. Definitely faster. But the thing is, I needed the sniper rifle. This is maybe something that I need myself, because as I said before, the encounters put you with an assault rifle and a pistol only. So I needed the sniper rifle. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna run out of ammo, and I'm going to have to come out and grab weapons. See, I don't have heavy there. And sorry about the noise, guys. I'm moving my seat. And yeah, the part when you have to move around because you have no more ammo left is the most dangerous part of this place, because this place puts you in a position when you're not going to have drops of ammo around. So you have to actually get out of here and be really careful and grab some ammo and get back here if you can. I died a couple of times actually getting out of this place to grab ammo, so that was really annoying. And Elena does nothing for you. I think one of the times she killed an enemy, one enemy, but she really doesn't do much of anything, and it's fine. The game is single player, So you're supposed to do the stuff, you know. So when Elena says something like here they come, or some shit like that, it signifies the end of a wave and the beginning of the second or third wave. So that's going to be the moment where you're going to realize there's shit coming. So yeah. Or if she says be careful, and Nathan says here they come, you know, something like that. The game actually gives you audio cues and voice cues when the enemies are dead and stuff like that. It's really seamless. Remember when in Uncharted 1 or 2 and even 3, you kinda never were sure about if an encounter ended or not? Well, this is actually fixed in this game. You are really sure that the encounter ended because the music just stops. There is different music for when you are in combat, so the music stops entirely, and someone says something, you know, and moves around freely in the map, and yeah, there are no more enemies at that point. So yeah, keep shooting people from this position. I was kinda rambling about the releases that we have this year, and what I was going to say, what I'm going to probably buy, and what interests me about the releases this year. So I think the strategy is almost done here, so I can kind of ramble away a little more. Well, yeah, we had Dark Souls 3. We still have Dark Souls 3 because I'm playing it. Oh my god, I almost died here. I was so fucking scared of dying at this point because I knew I was really close to ending the encounter. Yeah, we had Dark Souls 3, we had Uncharted 4, sorry, just wow, that grenade. See, that fucking thing, that can kill you. It just pushes you away and then they shoot you, and there's a grenade launcher. Yeah, grenade launcher. I always mistake them for RPGs. So yeah, Uncharted 4, Dark Souls 3. We're gonna have turtles in Manhattan or something like that. The Ninja Turtles. Something in Manhattan. I don't really remember the name, but it's made by Platinum, so it could actually be really cool. I expected to be really close to what Transformers was, Devastation, and yes, the walkthrough is still coming, guys. It's just that, you know, I got new games and I recorded new games, and here you will see me run away to get more ammo. This is really dangerous. Do you actually do it, or actually? No, I get back. I get back and I go the other way, I think. So, I mean, if we have a little luck this year, we're gonna have Neo. You know, I covered the demo, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy the game. I really liked it, so I'm gonna cover Neo. That game looks great. It really is a nice surprise from Team Ninja. And if we are a little lucky too, we're gonna have Nier Automata, which is from Platinum, and it looks like a Bayonetta style of over-the-top slash action, and it looks amazing actually. 1080 60 FPS, so it actually looks beautiful. So if we're lucky, we're gonna have strong titles this year, but if those titles get delayed, you know, then I guess I'll just stick with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, because I know that game's gonna release and I love Deus Ex. I'm so fucking ready for playing another Deus Ex, guys. So yeah, we kill that guy and the encounter is over. So I'll see you in the next part, guys. We only have one encounter in the next part, and then in the other one we're gonna have a really difficult one once again. So thank you for watching and take care.